Greetings and blessings, everyone. This is James Thomas Devitt. I was going to do the Down the Rabbit Hole Part 3 today, but I've decided to hold off on that for the time being. I want to get some more information for it. So today we're going to talk about the Akashic Records. I'm going to put this in normal English language, although some of it is only for people to understand more readily. Think of the Akashic Records as a phenomenally grand library. There's a lot of different levels, a lot of different sections within this library. Now there is a guardian who is the head of the Akashic Records. They are in charge of the Akashic Records. The last time I spoke to them, it was a woman. She's very wonderful and nice, but she's also very focused as far as what can and cannot happen there. A lot of people, there's people out there claiming that they are Akashic Record masters. And I have to admit, when I see that, I kind of chuckle to myself and laugh. They're very pedantic about what they allow and what they don't allow within the Akashic Records, because that literally is the history of this entire planet. So for every single person on this planet, there you have your own section within the library that contains the information on all of your lifetimes. It contains information on where you come from. Why you're there. It contains the information of every life contract. So every time before you incarnate, when you decide, I want to do these experiences, I want to have this experience, I want to meet these people, I want to be married, I want to do this, I want to do that, it lists all of those. It has all of that information. Generally, when you for purposes of this video, I'll say the Akash. That's your personal Akash within the Akashic Records. If you access it, you're not able to access all of it. Furthermore, when you do access information from your Akash, your vibration has to be at a particular vibrational frequency in order to access it. And not just anybody is allowed access to the Akashic Records. Then there is a section on each country. As we all know, there have been some countries that have changed their names. They're no longer countries. Borders have been redone, all of these things. It still resides within those sections for those countries. And so there is information on what's occurred within that country with the planet. And there are sections like on Lemuria and Atlantis and the Hathors and people like this and groups like this. Those lands aren't here any longer. Although there are Lemurians here, and there are countries like Aotearoa, New Zealand, which does carry a great deal of Lemurian energy. Having said that, there are then sections for each grand cycle. This is the 5th grand cycle. So there is a section on, say, the 1st grand cycle, and it contains everything that occurred within that grand cycle. There are certain individuals who can access the Akashic Records. I am one of them. However, when I access the Akashic Records, it's not a situation where you go, well, these are all the things I want to know, and I go there and get all that information. No. It's basically what's given from the Akashic Records is determined upon what you require for your path in this life. It's just like when you recall a past life, or you have someone like myself who tells you about a past life, that information, it's not a situation where, like when I do the Akashic Scroll and I tell somebody about 3 of their past lives, I'll tell them basically like, it's this time frame, you were married, you had this many children, this is what you did. I give you a lot of information about that past life. But I don't give you information that goes from birth to death. I don't go on a day-by-day synopsis of everything that you did and the challenges and things like this. I give the information that is required for you at this time. Because it houses so much information, the Akashic Records for Earth is only about Earth. Let's say you have, in the Pleiadian star system, you have a planet filled with people. That planet has its own Akashic Records. And then the galaxy has its own Akashic Records. The universe has its own Akashic Records. Everything is recorded. Everything that you do, everything that you feel, everything that you experience is recorded. Okay? Now, within the Akashic Records, this was initially for planet Earth. We're just focused here for this video. On this video, or on this planet, when it was decided to begin the project that's been undergoing here for over 250,000 years, longer actually, an Akashic Records was created. I know the general area that it's located, but it doesn't really matter anyway, because even if I went there myself, I wouldn't find it, because you cannot access it physically. It's not somewhere you can physically go and go through scrolls or crystals or how the information is stored. If you go there, you have to have permission to go there, which is given by the guardian who is in charge of the Akashic Records. And basically within yourself you make that request to go, and generally when you're going to find out information about yourself or anything and it's in alignment with your life path, access is granted. If it is deemed that it's not something you really need for your life path, it'll be denied. That's the way it works. To access it for us in physical here, we have to have a level of trust. We have to have a level of awareness to be able to access it and be able to gain that information and bring it back with us. It's a phenomenal place, and different people who have visited, not physically, but who have visited, will actually experience different things. For me, I kind of experienced the Gothic style library. It's massive. It would hold, so much information that it's not even funny, It has another section that is dedicated to all the different races of humanoids who have lived on this planet. All of the different races that have visited this planet. All of the different races that are actually incarnated on this planet. Not just in human form. No. Not just in human form. Dolphins and whales, cats, dogs. They're very much guides, and they come in, and not all of them are guides, but it is a form that they will take and utilize. Many of the dolphins and whales who aren't from here are actually from the Syrian star system, There is a world there that is very much of water, and there's this very, it's a form that they found very easy to assimilate here, and so that they could be here and assist the planet energetically, which in turn assists all of us, basically. The Akashic Records is a sacred place. It's not a place that you go to fart around and take advantage of situations or anything else. Some people think that they are accessing the Akashic Records and they really aren't. The Akashic Records also have a section that is termed potentials. And you go into this room, and it's a rather large room. And along the walls, there's all these TV screens, monitor screens, whatever. Very large monitor screens. Down the right-hand side, there's words, numbers, symbols, different things that scroll down. And there's a picture of the Earth, and it's rotating. And each screen has different potentials that can occur here. And this is a room called the Room of Possibility. And it's somewhere that you can go to and explore potentials of what might happen on this planet. As time goes on and choices are made by people, by countries, different things like that, some of the potentials will change. When massive events happen, potentials can change. There is one section in this room which are short-term potentials, another section which is medium-term potentials, and the last section is long-term potentials. And normally you can find a correlation between each section. And it's a massive room. It's kind of funny, for me anyway. It's lit by candlelight, but these are candles that burn and give off light and everything, but they don't really give off heat, and the candles themselves never seem to melt down. They never seem to stop working. All right, they just keep going. There's a chair. There's actually 3 chairs in there. And the chairs rotate around, and you can sit there and you can look at the different possibilities. And with each chair, there's a pad, kind of like an iPad. And you take that, and you can go, okay, what's the, and you can actually look at the different possibilities and potentials for the planet. This takes faith in yourself, in your abilities to be able to go there and do that. You can make a request to the Guardian. I would like to go to the Room of Possibilities and look at the potentials for this planet. You can go into the section that has right, okay. Sorry, I'm getting information at the same time to share with you. This is important stuff. So, due to the fact that we've crossed a barrier, more people, if they choose, would be able to access the Akashic Records than before. because things are changing. But in order to do that, the energy has to be right within yourself. You have to be very clear about your intention and why you want to do it and things like this. Because you can't hide anything from the guardians there. They see through all of it. They see through all the bullshit. They see through the choices, everything. So don't kid yourself. Don't think you can kid them, because you can't. There is a section in there that it's a room, and it's called the Room of Volunteers. I'm sure many of you that'll be watching this video can classify yourselves as a volunteer. We did the videos before with regards to Native humans, volunteers, starseeds, everything like that. You can go back and watch those videos. There's 2 of them. And what this is it'll show you the different races of beings who are here. It'll show you the different places that the beings come from who are here, who are interacting here, who are incarnated here. And it also gives information with regards to the number of individuals, the number of volunteers, all of these things. Some of the information for us here in physical, we're not allowed to access because of the sensitive nature of the information, but we would be able to go to see all the different races of beings that are coming here, from feline races to humanoid, reptilian, so on and so on and so on. They also give a synopsis of each race, why they come, why they, The information within the Akashic Records is vast, extensive, and extremely thorough. And that you need to remember, okay? Then there is a room which is simply called the plan. And you walk in, and the room is lit, although you don't see any light sources, you don't see light switches or anything. You walk in and it's lit. It's not overly bright, but it is lit. And in the center of the room, on like a lectern type thing, there is a video screen. And you can press a button and it will, in general terms, go over the plan for this planet, what the original plan is, what the project is, what it's geared towards, and where it's moving to. Here's the real kicker about that information. It is being altered all the time as individuals here make choices, as countries make choices, collective choices are made. The potentials are weaving in and out. The plan itself is almost like a living entity in itself, and it changes and it molds itself. It's all about the evolution of this world. I personally would love the opportunity to spend a few hundred years in there and just go crazy and look at everything and see everything. But it comes down to, I access the Akashic Records on behalf of other people, and it's to give them a message from Spirit, and it directly relates to the path they have chosen to walk, the path that they're on. And so when I do a guidance session with somebody, a one-on-one session, either in person or on Skype, I'm also accessing their Akashic Records. I'm able to access the Akashic Records for different reasons. But I am able to do that because I do it on behalf of people to give them the information that they require, that they need. So that's the synopsis, if you will, of the Akashic Records. Like I said, different planets have the Akashic Records. Any planet that has life or has had life on it has an Akashic Record. It has one of these grand libraries. And for those planets that had life, that no longer have life, and the greatest potential is that life will never be on that planet again, sometimes those records held within that Akashic Record are then taken to the Akashic Records of that galaxy, of where they are. So I guess the point is that this information is never lost. When your life here is finished and you go on to onto the other side, you can request to access your personal Akash and look through the information, see everything you've done, everything like that. And then there would also probably be other information that you could access as well, depending upon who you are, what information you need, whatever. When your lifetimes on this planet are complete, you can then go to the Akashic Records and for the Akashic Records of this planet and view anything and everything you want and understand everything that you've personally been through, your interactions, why you did things, all the things you learned here, everything like that. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. One of these days soon we'll have to do another Q&A video. Much love to everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Hope everyone enjoyed the full moon or is enjoying the full moon, and have a great day. All right? Thank you.